Here's a list of 10 upgrades that won't necessarily bring value to your home, but can definitely enhance your living experience. I'll start with number 10 and I'll save the worst one for number 1. So stay tuned to the end to see what upgrade I think is the worst one to put in your home. The biggest thing I like to ask myself or my buyers when they are building a new home is, will there be universal appeal in the upgrade that's in question? So as we go through this list, I want you to know this is how I work with each and every one of my buyers on a new build or when they're building a custom home. The number 10, the first one we're going to talk about, is heated floors. I know this sounds crazy, but you do have an occasional person who wants to put heated floors in their house. Of course, the appeal of this upgrade will be dependent upon where you live. But here in Las Vegas, I definitely don't think it's worth it for obvious reasons. We only have about 2 months out of the year that your feet might be a little too cold to walk on your floors. I definitely think heated floors are not worth the cost of putting them into your home. Number 9 is a steam shower. Although this sounds like an ultra posh thing to have in your custom home, not everyone wants to deal with the problems that a steam shower can actually bring. So they may bring convenience, but they definitely don't add value to your home and can actually deter some people from buying your home if they were to be deciding between two homes of equal value or likeness. Number 8 is movie theaters. Although a movie theater can seem like such an extravagant addition to your new home, it doesn't really add a whole lot of value, because when you're reselling, what I hear a lot from many buyers is that it's a waste of space. And from many people who I know have movie theaters, there aren't very many that use movie theaters when they watch movies at home. Generally, they end up watching them on their couch because they're so much closer to the kitchen where you can keep getting drinks and popcorn and snacks and things of that nature. And if you're like me, I like to do things around the house while watching movies, like wash dishes and do laundry. So for me to have to go to a movie theater, it's going to be a problem, and I most likely am not going to join the movie. Number 7 is built-in water features. I'm talking about large water features that may even look as big as a spa. You see this a lot in custom homes where there's extravagant water walls, sheer walls of water. If anything, now with all of the water conservation in Las Vegas, these are a huge deterrent because water costs a lot of money here. And we're even talking about going on some residential water restrictions. So if that happens, I definitely say this would not add value to your home. Although very pretty, I just don't see that they add a lot of value. Buyers end up filling them in when they purchase your home, or it just ends up being a reason why they don't want to put an offer in, because it just creates a lot of extra work. They're hard to keep clean. Those koi ponds get algae ridden really easily out here in these hot temperatures. So if you're thinking about putting in some extravagant water feature or koi pond, I would highly recommend that you think twice, because they just don't add a lot of value and they're expensive to put in and very expensive to maintain as well. Number 6 is the use of too many finishes. Too often I see homeowners go crazy when they go to the marble store. There's so many beautiful pieces of marble when you walk through the store, but you have to stay focused, because when someone uses so many different finishes, it just creates a lot of chaos in your home, and it creates a renovation project for your buyer when you do decide you're going to sell. So when you go to the marble store and you see all these different finishes, when you get excited, talk to someone, talk to a designer, maybe about how to keep some flow going and how to incorporate one or two really big statement pieces, but keeping the majority of the finishes throughout the house the same, or at least within the same family. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Lisa Lopez, and I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I'm a real estate consultant that specializes in luxury real estate. I have a passion of helping busy families painlessly and seamlessly achieve their real estate goals. If you need any help with your real estate needs, please reach out to me. My number will be on the screen. And for more videos like this one, make sure to like and subscribe. For our fifth upgrade that I don't think is really worth it, we're going to talk about wine cellars. Now, wine cellars can definitely bring value to a home, but not all homes. I have sold homes that have installed fully operational wine cellars in a home that was already tapped out in value. What I mean by this is, when you have a home that is a tract home, and maybe you've put in all kinds of upgrades, you've changed out the kitchen, you've done all the bathrooms, and now your home is tapped out at, let's just use $1.1 million. But you decide to put in a fully operational $60,000 wine cellar. You're not gonna get your money back. Will it enhance your lifestyle? Absolutely. I'm a wine drinker myself. A wine cellar will enhance my lifestyle. But will you get your money back? No. And another thing I want to talk about on wine cellars is there is a misconception on what a wine cellar actually is. When you're having a wine cellar installed, make sure it is a climate-controlled wine cellar. Otherwise, all you have is a wine room, which spoils your wine. So it really does no good and absolutely adds no value. I've seen new build projects sell these wine rooms upwards of $80,000. All they're doing is tiling your walls and putting some hooks on it to display wine and encasing it in glass. That is definitely not worth your money. It's not even operational. So if you're thinking about installing one of these wine cellars / wine rooms through a new builder, I highly recommend you ask questions and know for sure exactly what you are getting, because this is where I've seen a lot of mistakes happen, especially when buyers walk into these new builders without an agent to represent them or help them with these different details. Number 4 is the use of double islands. And the only reason why this one made my list is because I've seen all too many times where people have tried to force the double islands into a small area. You have to remember, when you're putting double islands in, you need a lot of extra walking space for the islands to actually be functional. The whole idea of having double islands is so that you can have serving space and work space as well as seating space. And a lot of times they add additional storage space as well. But if you don't have enough room to walk around the islands, none of this works out well, and I see it have to be corrected quite a bit. The other thing to consider when you're doing double islands is that you're going to have twice the product. And if you're using any type of designer edging, that's twice the work. So it can cost twice the amount. And I highly recommend that you look into this and make sure you have lots of space to provide for those double islands if you're going to do them. Otherwise, I've seen them cause problems on the resale end. For number 3, I think that a big waste of money is having a retreat off of the primary suite. Now, this used to be a really big thing back in the early 2000s, but I think if you're going to have additional space added to your primary suite, it's better used as additional closet space, or if you want to have a gym off of your bedroom. But who really wants a gym off of your bedroom? Because then anyone in the household who wants to work out has to come through the primary. So that's why I think that having a retreat off of the primary is definitely not worth the money or the space in the home. And for number 2, I don't think it's worth to put designer light fixtures in a home. When you can purchase light fixtures that look almost like the designer fixtures for an eighth of the price, I just don't see how paying tens of thousands of dollars for a light fixture is worth it. You'll never get the money back when you sell the home. You can't take the light fixtures with you unless you want to take it down before you list your home. But then again, that light fixture has to fit in your new home, which you don't know if that's going to be possible. So to me, buying and spending the extra money on designer light fixtures just isn't really worth it, and it's more for your liking and for your lifestyle so that you can look at it while you're at home. But you will never make your money back on a designer light fixture. And for the worst upgrade of them all, I believe hands down is leased solar panels. Please, please, please do your research before you put solar panels on your home. I've seen deals fall completely apart because of solar panels. Nobody wants to assume your loan on solar panels while paying top dollar for your house. It normally takes 6 to 10 years to even break even on your solar panels. The average American only lives in the home 13 years, and in Vegas, I know that average goes way down, probably closer to 7 to 10 years. So you're never gonna break even, and it only causes problems when you want to sell your home. So if you want to put solar panels on your home, please take my advice and do your research, because like I've said, I've seen it cause problems. I've seen sellers have to pay off the entire loan upon the sale of their house because buyers will not take over the loan. So again, my top number 1 worst upgrade of them all is putting leased solar panels on your home. And even if you pay them in full, because to me, I don't really think you're going to make your money back unless you're unlike the average homeowner and you plan on moving out in 15 to 20 years. For more videos about home ownership and everything you need to know about customizing your next home, be sure to check out the video on the screen. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.